Yes.
Good evening, everyone. So here actually we have a display of various atomic structures. When I started teaching my children about atomic structures, and I first of all said that John Dalton said that atoms are spherical in shape, the first question from my student was why? I asked my children, you think yourself and tell me, how should an atom look like if it is the tiniest particle of any matter? And they came up with different ideas of atomic structure, but one thing was common, that they made a hollow center wherein they had put neutrons and protons inside, and they had made some circular orbits the electrons are revolving. They have used various materials to make atomic structures. They have used some toy boxes, some toy balls, some chocolate boxes, and various different creativities you will find in making atomic model. Being inspired by the work of my students, I thought of asking one of my very enthusiastic students of class 9th and 10th, Jamshed and Maria, to prepare an atomic structure using some LED lights. So what they have done is they have tried to make a molecule or a tight ion pair of sodium chloride rather with the help of LED lights, and with one small straight set of lights they have tried to make it. As a result, you will find that the electrons, what they are showing here, is moving in a spiral direction. The electrons are moving spirally here. Yeah, so here we can see here that the electrons are moving in a spiral direction, which is not true. But according to Rutherford's atomic model, he said that electrons revolve in a circular path, and if it does so, that after every revolution, electron will be supposed to lose its energy, and slowly it should fall into the nucleus, which is not possible. So after seeing this structure, I thought of making a model by taking help from the students of class 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, and of course our laboratory technician Mr. Dharmender, who has helped me to make the electronic circuits, which was very difficult, and we are going to program it even further. Here we see that what I have tried to do is, here it was a model of sodium chloride. I have tried to make a model of magnesium chloride, wherein you will find that the center of this molecule is a magnesium atom trying to become magnesium ion by giving one electron from its outermost orbit to the chlorine atom. As a result, chlorine is becoming chloride ion. Now, if you will count the number of electrons and protons and neutrons, here you will find that there are 17 protons and 18 neutrons here. So mass number is 35. Number of protons and number of neutrons is called as, the sum of that is called as mass number. So the mass number of this chlorine atom is 35, and if we take the relative atomic mass of several other isotopes, it can be 35.5 also. But here we are taking only one isotope, because taking two isotopes altogether will not be possible in this model. So here we are seeing that in the first orbit there are 2 electrons as per Borsberry rule. This is called as K shell, having 2 electrons. Second cell or L cell having 8 electrons. Third shell having called M cell has 7 electrons. The criteria for stability of any atom is that there should be 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. So chlorine atom has tendency to take 1 electron from any electropositive metal. So here you will find that in magnesium 2 electrons as usual is in the first orbit, 8 electrons as usual in the second orbit, and 2 electrons in the third orbit M. Now it is difficult for magnesium to take 6 electrons to complete its octet. So what it does is, it takes 2 electrons, it gives its 2 electrons to 2 adjacent chlorine atoms, so that they can form chloride ion. No sooner they form chloride ion, they develop charge. One negative charge, because it has gained one negatively charged particle, which we are calling as electron. Here also this chlorine atom is gaining one electron, it is becoming chloride ion, and this is magnesium ion having 2 positive charges, because it is losing 2 electrons. As a result, 2 protons are becoming excess in the nucleus, because number of protons should be always equal to number of electrons in any neutral atom. Now this model is based on the most acceptable model of any atom, which is called as Bohr's atomic model, and we started learning about atoms, atomic structure from the theory given by Dalton's atomic theory, who said that atom is nothing but a particle which cannot be divided further. Wherein the word atomy means a particle which cannot be divided, atom. So he gave Dalton's atomic theory, according to which he says that all matters are made up of atoms. This desk, this material, or anything around us is made up of atoms. All matters, all atoms of a given element are identical in mass and properties. Say if we talk about the atoms of this wood, then all the atoms in this wood would be identical in properties. That's what he said. This was the discrepancy in his theory. With electronic form. Compounds are formed by combination of two or more different kind of atoms. That is true. We are seeing that here more than two different type of atoms are combining to form molecules. And a chemical reaction is rearrangement of the atoms. We are seeing a particular arrangement of the atoms here. See, in sodium chloride there is a particular arrangement. In magnesium chloride there is a particular arrangement. So atoms, they rearrange themselves to form a particular type of a molecule. Again, in Thomson's model, the structure of the atom was given in such a way as it was compared with a plum pudding or maybe a fruit, wherein the plum of the fruit was considered as a sphere of positive charge, and the seeds in that fruit or the pudding, the plum in the pudding was considered to be the electrons distributed in the sphere of positive charge. He did not talk about the position of an electron or position of the positively charged particles, but he said the whole atom is a sphere of positive charge. And obviously this was discrepant, because the number of electrons should be always equal to number of protons, and protons cannot be whole atom altogether having a sphere of positive charge. After that, little more advanced theory was given by Rutherford's atomic model, according to which he said that atoms are spherical in shape, electrons revolve around the nucleus, just like planets revolve around the sun. So this model is also called as planetary model. But the discrepancy in this model was that if electrons revolve around in a circular path, then it will lose its energy after every revolution, and slowly it will become weaker, and it will be attracted towards the nucleus, and the electron will fall into the nucleus, and the atom will not exist at all, which is not possible. Further, to overcome this discrepancy, Bohr gave his theory of quantization, according to which he said that atoms are spherical in shape, the electrons revolve in a circular discrete path around the nucleus, and they cannot follow any spiral path. That means the total angular momentum of the electron in the orbit remains quantized, meaning thereby that electrons can only revolve in such circular orbit wherein its angular momentum is a multiple of any integral or any integer. So this is there is a mathematical expression given by this by him, which was mvr equal to nh by 2 pi, whereas n is the order of the shell, 2, 8, 7 and so on. 1, 2, 3 and so on, and h is Planck's constant, and 2 pi is a parameter of the circular orbit itself. So after this there was a problem which was in discussion, like if according to Bohr's atomic model electrons revolve around the nucleus and the protons are there in the center of the nucleus, then protons being positively charged atoms should repel each other. So why these positively charged atoms do not repel each other? It does not repel each other because these protons, they keep on interconverting themselves into mesons. So the positive meson particle and negative meson particles interconvert the proton and neutron so spontaneously and fastly that they don't get time to repel each other. This is also one of the atomic models made by one of my students. He tried to give a 3-dimensional structure, while other students were trying to make the atomic model by giving a 2-dimensional structure. He thought that no, orbits can be oriented in different other space. And this very thought gave an idea to the scientists that there is a space around the nucleus where probability of an electron can be maximum or minimum. So from the concept of orbit, the concept of orbital was developed. So up to class 10 department studies about orbit, and slowly you start learning about orbital. By the 3 scientists who have got the recent Nobel Prize. Their name is Isamu Akasi, Hiroshi Amano and Shoji Nakamura. So what they did is, they took N-type semiconductor and P-type semiconductor. Here we find that these is showing a plate of germanium in which there is one impurity. One germanium is taken out and one arsenic is put into it.
So as a result, it becomes pentavalent. And here, just like germanium, silicon of the same group having tetravalency is used as p types of the conductor, wherein one silicon is taken out and one boron is put in, which is trivalent. So there is an electron deficiency here and there is an electron deficiency here. We know that the water or any fluid flows from high potential to low potential. So there is a tendency of electron to flow from more concentration to lower concentration, which in biology by the is osmosis. So there is no osmosis taking place, but yeah, there is a potential gradient.
Potential gradient.
Yeah, there is a potential gradient.
Osmosis actually.
Yeah, that is a physical potential gradient. Here is electronic potential gradient.
That also depends on potential gradient.
Gradient only. So there is analogy.
Potential gradient.
There is analogy. There is some relation. So now you will see that there is a difference in the energy, potential energy between these two semiconductors. Now earlier there was no material put in between this. As a result, either heat or electricity or sunlight or any other kind of light used to be given to excite the electrons from lower energy level to higher energy level. Now these three scientists, what they did together is they have used one magnesium stripe in between. So you know that magnesium is a metal and has an electron pool in which the positive kernels of the metals are embedded. So these blue colored particles are showing the kernels and this silver colored base is showing the pool of electrons.
What exactly it is showing, sir?
I am telling you. What is happening here is it is difficult for this electron to go from here to here, and if you try to take this electron from here to here, you have to do very high voltage. So consumption of electricity will be more. So what they did is they used this magnesium stripe. As a result, what happened? 15% less electrical energy is required now. As a result, you see that the electrons are getting excited, it's going upward. See, going up is difficult. For that we need rope, we need stairs, we need escalators, but falling down is very easy. Once the electron is sent up by some or the other method, you will find that the blue color is falling down. So when the electron is falling from top to bottom, they are losing energy in the form of blue LED. So that is how the blue LED light is developed. Okay. And 15% less energy is consumed.
Very good.
So this is a small model made with very simple things and very less cost.
And you're trying to show that blue light,
how it was developed.
Okay.
So this is actually a model of modified light emitting diode, which gives cost-effective source of light.
Blue LED.
So I think you liked it.
Very much. I liked it like anything.
Thank you. Any questions, Jamshed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there's a question that you said that according to Dalton's atomic theory, there's a discrepancy that atoms cannot be divided further. Why it is called as discrepancy?
Okay. Now since you know about subatomic particles, that atoms consists of various subatomic particles, electron, protons and neutrons. So you might think that atoms can be divided further.
Sir, मुझे लाइटर बनाए. ज़्यादा नहीं, बस वो signals. It is sending dendritic cell to without any interruption. ठीक है सर? इतना बदमाश है ये बोला है.